Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone. I am Wasim Anwar from Lahore, Pakistan. We are yet again back with an exciting and informative series of interviews, starting with one of the most dynamic men in Onpassive. You all must have seen him on webinars and events, a man who possesses ample knowledge and carry a vision of bringing a change in the lives of people. His leadership council member from Papua New Guinea. We are lucky enough to get his learning and experiences. He is none other than Mr. David Bakau from PNG. Sir, how are you, sir? We cordially welcome.
Hello, Wasim.
How are
Good
you, sir?
evening to you. I'm
Yes,
good. I'm good.
sir.
Good evening. Thank you for inviting me onto the series of interviews that you're conducting. And yeah, thank you. And I'm just happy to be here and we can chat and share my experiences with you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks to give me time, your precious time. I know you are busy in on passive webinars and many other home chores. So we know very difficult to find time for interview or any session. So thanks again, sir. Sir, first of all, I deeply condolences from me and from my whole Pakistani founders community. Few months ago, your beloved wife, Mrs. Suzanne Bakau, had passed away after illness. It was great loss, of course, not only for you. In fact, On Passive has lost a great founder as well. But you know, God is supreme, and we have to follow Him. We can't do nothing regarding this. This is the law of nature, and every human being that come on this earth has to go. I would like to ask when you got married with her, and what type of life did you spend with her? Of course, would have spent precious and memorable moments with her. Would you like to share something about matrimonial life? You are mute, sir. You are mute, sir.
Thank you, Wasim. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you for all the condolence messages that flowed during that time. And, you know, it sort of lifted our spirits while we were going through that situation. And we thank all the founder groups around the world. You know, everybody chipped in and sent their condolences. Susan had a great impact, and like it's not only a loss to me, as you mentioned, but it's a loss to the organization and the movement as a whole. So I value her, and I know our founders around the world value her. So I'll just give you a short background on my life and how we met and we got married. So I was working in a bank in Papua New Guinea. We are based in Port Moresby, our capital city, and I was working in a bank for, at that time, I was serving as a manager of a Australia and New Zealand banking group. This bank bought the Lloyds Bank group from UK. They had a subsidiary in Papua New Guinea, which I was working in as a branch accountant. And there was a crisis on our island called Bougainville. There was a civil crisis and war on the island. So they shut down the mine, and I came back to Port Moresby, and that's where I met Susan in the church. We were going to church together, and she was in the youth, and I was also joining the youth program. And that's where we met each other. And we got married in 1991. We got married in 1991. And the Lloyds Bank was sold its business in Papua New Guinea to ANZ Bank, the Australia and New Zealand Banking Group. And when they sold the bank to ANZ, I was appointed as I worked a bit in the bank, and then I was appointed as branch manager, and we went up to Mount Hagen, and we had our first baby, our girl. Actually have 4 children, 3 girls and 1 boy. So we had our girl in Mount Hagen, and we stayed there. I managed the bank there for 3 years, and while I was manager there, my wife Susan, she joined a multi-level marketing company, and it's an Australian-owned multi-level marketing company that came into Papua New Guinea in 1996, and she joined, and I was assisting her while after hours, my banking duties. After hours, I was assisting her to grow the team there, and we had a very big team, about 500 plus people were in our team, and the owner of the business, he saw our team building there, and he was impressed with how we went about in bringing new people into the business, and we actually grew the business in that part of the country, in the Highlands region. So the resident manager is an Australian. He came up to where I was, and he used to pass through, and we conducted meetings after hours, and he saw how we were liaising with people, and we treated people, and people came to us, and they joined our team. So they invited me to manage their business, because they were looking for a person to run their business in Papua New Guinea, because this manager was going back to the head office in Brisbane to be looking after the whole Pacific Island and the New Zealand region. So they wanted a local guy to look after the business, and he recommended me to the owner of the business, and the owner of the business was happy, and that's when I resigned from the bank and I joined the multi-level marketing company. And Susan and we were regional managers at that time, and we grew the business from 1998 to 2000. In 2000, and the business grew. We traveled the country, and we did promotions and trained the distributors to do the business. So that's where our MLM experience came in, and we knew about how to network. That's our experience from there. So after that, I went and joined the bank again, but I left again when Suzanne went for the elections. So I left the bank, and then she went and stood for a parliament seat, but she didn't make it. So we decided to concentrate on, little business, small business, so that we can sustain ourselves in the city. And in 2019, I was going online. We came to a point where we didn't have anything, and I was looking at how we spent our lives, and I was just evaluating my life, and I was saying, I stayed in the bank for close to 18 years, and what have I got to show for all this experience? And I need to leave something for my children. And as I was contemplating and thinking about this, Susan, she's a lady who prays. She is a prayer warrior. So she prays, and she doesn't have entertained negativity in her life. She's a very positive person and a strong-willed person. So that's like my pillar, and I get my strength from her. So she stays in the house. She does all the praying, and I go out and I try to look for avenues for us to survive the city. That's how we've been living. And in the event on that time in February 2019, I was thinking about it, and then this thought came to me and said, "What do you have?" The question came to me and asked me, what do you have? And I was thinking, and I said, I don't have anything. I don't have anything. And then the only thing I have is my distributorship in this business, this MLM business. So, I answered my questions myself. And then the thought said, well, go online. So I went online, and the thought came and told me, business automation, we are in the modern technology age.